Well, good morning. It is early October. We're at Luton Airport, heading back to Algo. So we've made it. Day one, Saturday. We are currently, I paid a little bit extra, 30 euros extra to get your own room. I'm very glad I did. I get all of this to myself. Not that I'll be doing any cooking. And a private bathroom, so that's good. That's it now. Just relax, get my many cases, all my gears in there. So I've got to get that all back into my rucksack and wait for roll call tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Out for dinner and a few beers with the guys. So we've had dinner, but it's quite lively here tonight. There's some sort of street market going on. So I'm just having a quick look before we go to bed. First flying day. Got the glider on the bag. I'm just heading up to the office, so to speak, for our briefing. I'm going to spend day one with the pilot development guys. They're going to have a little look at me, and then hopefully after that I will be joining the group of guys that are doing guided navigation, so leaving the hill and getting to Ronda and stuff like that. So I've just left the square. I've had some eggs and bacon. Let's get this day underway.
We're going to be at Bosque, but the convergence line takes us back to the mountain. Lines that northerly when it's light.
Cool, so we've done our briefing. I've got my flying glasses on, so I look a little bit different. But this is Ross, incidentally booked on his own like I did, but from the Southern Club. So got a couple of people, and I've met somebody from the Dunstable Club as well, which is really nice. But it looks like we've got some lovely weather, other than tomorrow, which is going to be a bit windy. But we're off to Bosque today, aren't we, Ross?
Yep.
And then we got Liv behind us. So we're in the development group, hopefully for just one day. And then if we can prove we can stay up, then we'll join the guys doing the XC tomorrow.
With a bit of north wind, don't hang around in the gully because it could be a little bit snotty in there with potential rotor.
We went to the landing field. I've seen the landing field before, but what I haven't done is unpack my new wing. So I unpacked my new wing, connected it to my harness, checked the lines were clear, the malleons were tight and all of that good stuff. And me and the rest of the gang now are just at the bottom of the mountain. I'll show you the mountain, ready? And you can see a couple of gliders flying. So we're just going to enjoy even just unpacking my wing and repacking it. Hot works, 28 today. So we're all just having a quick drink and we'll head up the mountain. See you in a bit. You may remember from the first video, El Bosque. It's the only site where we've got about a 10-minute hike up and it's fairly steep. Let's get on with it. Taking off. Okay, so my task to prove myself is to fly to the end of this valley, fly out to that tree line where there's a river, and then I think I'm going to be able to join the XC group. So that should easily be achievable for me today. A couple more minutes and I'll be at the end. Look how beautiful she is! Yay! Been up for an hour and 14 minutes. I just want to complete my little XC triangle, so I'm going to get out to this woodland down here. What a start. So 2 hours, 1 hour 59 minutes to be technical for my first flight. Didn't make it out to the radio towers, although I pushed out and tried 3 times. And as you can tell, we're now walking up for a second flight, but I've had a great day. The new glider was nice, not as different as I thought, a little bit more dynamic, flared a little bit differently, but definitely got better performance out of it. Something's not right there. Okay, I didn't notice, but when my glider landed, it flipped over, so there was some twists in the line. Luckily I spotted that, and I'm just running them out now and taking that twist out before I launch. There goes Liv. So those 2 rocky outcrops below me are why the vultures nest, and the thermal activity has stopped for the day at this point, and as you can see I'm scratching around trying to find some lift. I did manage to get up a little bit higher than some of the other pilots, but at the end of the day it was day over, so I went back to the landing field. Good evening everyone. 2 flights today. Second flight was really short, first flight was really good, but the sun's setting, it's looking beautiful. The rest of the crew are here. We are just waiting for our van. Good afternoon. It's been a lazy morning. It's a non-flyable day today. It's too windy, so some of the guys have gone out to do ground handling. I didn't feel the need to do that, so I've had breakfast with the Dunstable guys, which was very pleasurable. And then I just went to the supermarket. Apples, water, milk, normal stuff. So now I'm walking back to the pilot's house. We're going to jump in the minibus, and I've been doing some study as well this morning. I'm actually hoping to see if I can get my pilot exam done while I'm out here. We will see. And then, yeah, we're actually going to get the bus and go into Ronda, have a look at the landing field, and just go for a walk around and do a bit of shopping. It looks like it's back on from tomorrow for the rest of the week, so things should be good. Let's go. Good afternoon. So me and Adrian, one of the upper pilots, there's loads of us this week, have made our way to Ronda. So with a bit of luck, we'll be up there at some point this week and landing here. But until then, we've come to the famous bridge, apparently. I didn't know about it until 2 minutes ago. And that's the reason we're not flying today, my hair. It is super windy, so it dies back off tomorrow and we should be back in the air. But yeah, it's pretty good. Let me see if I can get a better view of the bridge for you. So this is meant to be our day off, isn't it, Adrian? Indeed. But we've walked from the top of the bridge all the way round and down to the bottom for you people, so I can show you one of the famous views. We just walked back up. We're a bit tired, so we thought we'd treat ourselves to a little bit of sugar, Adrian. Anyway, it's Tuesday morning. I'm back at the fountain to get the mountain water. It's going to be really light this morning, so we're just going to go up to Levante for a top to bottom, and then this afternoon it should be thermic enough for us to, and the wind changes direction to Poniente, and then we're going to have a briefing and try and go and do some XC this afternoon. Oh, here comes the boss. Right, so we've taken the drive to the top of Levante. So there is a tremendous amount of people here all doing para waiting. I think it might be a bit futile. The wind is light and it's due to switch round to Poniente this afternoon. I think the smarter pilots have maybe stayed down the bottom because in that switch it's going to be difficult to get a takeoff, and currently the wind is blowing completely the wrong direction. So anyway, we will get our briefing up here, we'll get our gear out, we'll see if we're going to go and do a top to bottom, but realistically I've just come up to watch everyone else launch and join in.
You've not been here before?
13 years ago.
I came here.
I came here.
Oh, your boss.
Really good. Up to Poniente this afternoon. About to take off. Okay, I'm going to use this because my phone now forms part of my flight deck, but I'll show you that in a bit. Basically, took off from Ponient over there. As you can see, people are maintaining. I just either run out of skill or lift and found myself pretty quickly down here at the bottom. My first flight today and a bit of an annoying, disappointing one. So let's pack up. Hopefully I don't have to wait too long for a lift. We'll get back up there and give it another go. Okay, so I've been down for a while now and we've been all over the place picking up this lot. And we're about to head back up for another go. These guys made it far further than me at the end of the mountain. I'll try and show you that in a second. Time to have another go. You ready, Paul?
I'm ready.
Taking off. Okay, so I've used the ridge lift to just climb out a little bit here. I'm not willing to get blown over the back at this point, I'm not high enough. But you can see the launch below me there. So there's Algodonales Paragliding. We're currently at, I don't know if you can see that, 1,100 foot above launch. Day's done. So last flight was actually worthwhile. Got, I think it's about an hour and 20 in. It wasn't thermic towards the end, so it was all ridge stuff, but it was good to be in the air after a disappointing first flight. So now, quick shower, go get some food with the boys, unless they're already sitting down, in which case I will just do this minging and go and get some food. But anyway, let's go and relax, have a beer. So we've had a few sangrias now and a really nice pizza, just with the rest of the boys from Dunstable. So needed that, really lovely pizza and some drinks. Been a good day. Apparently we're going back to our Bosque tomorrow, but we will see in the morning. See you then. Welcome to Wednesday, guys. So just had some breakfast, some yogurt and muesli, coffee and orange. Lovely morning. It's going to be 33 today. I believe we're going back to El Bosque, so the 10-minute walk at the top, which in 33 degrees with your pack on is going to be interesting. Been a tough day, not a lot of filming. We had a late lift up to the Bosque to when the better weather was. So we sat down in a cafe at the bottom, watched some other people struggle and went up for what was the best part of the day, only a couple of hours. Mixed bag. First launch, which I will show you now.
Okay, Al.
Yep, just the ego.
Okay, it's all on video. It's €200. Stop it going on social media.
As you can see, I got that very wrong. It was light. I didn't keep enough pressure on the glider. It collapsed before I started my run and ended up with my legs looking like this and making my first mistake of the trip. But hey ho. Second launch went a lot better and had my highest ever flight, my highest ever climb, and got myself stuck in a cloud for a little bit. Hey, take two. Let's try and not balls this up hard. Okay, launching.
Keep moving forward, keep moving forward. Nice to get right from there. Well done. Nice launch.
Hey, so we made some good altitude. The vultures are taking me all the way to this cumulonimbulus, hopefully. This is working really well. Look at them boys back there helping me out. So, that was interesting, guys. I just got sucked into that cumulus nimbus cloud, or it's cumulus, not cumulus nimbus because it's not towering. And I had my first whiteout. Training took over. I went on my ears and my bar, and I was still going up for a short while. But I'm glad to report that all seems to be good now. So after this, Chris and Paul from the Dunstable Club, HYC, basically gave me some really good advice about cloud positioning, using a reverse aspect ratio 45-degree angle to make sure that you're always more than 45 degrees away from the edge of the cloud, and that should allow you to push out. So a really good learning day for me. There's the landing field down there. I think it's time to head down and lick our wounds after another day in the sky. Although it looks like I'm missing the landing field here, I'm not. It is a strong wind approach. The guys gave me that heads up on the way in, so it's almost a vertical drop, so I'm making sure that I don't drop too far back. But yes, I'm purposely missing the landing field. The landing field's full of these little thistles with tiny little spikes on which get stuck in everything, and the ploughed field round it isn't. So I opted for the ploughed field, and it looks like some other pilots did that for possibly the same reason. That was fantastic, and just what I needed after absolutely ballsing up. Hello. But today, big learning day, but another great day on the hill. Just popped out, had some food. It's late now. I'm going to get to sleep, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Good morning. I have no idea where I left the video. So it's Thursday morning. The wind direction is tricky for takeoff, but then downwind is straight to Ronda. So big day. I need to make some smart decisions today. Most of our group are experienced XC pilots. So we have arrived at the top of Poniente, and it would seem we are not the only people with this plan today. Should be interesting. Time for a bit of sustenance, and then we'll get ready. Launching!
The brake on, the brake on.
Hi, Kieran, Chris. Most of the guys are in the air now, are on the path. Got Helen, Ian, and Adam ready to go. Dan, I've got eyes on you.
So if I'm honest, I was a little frustrated here. I just launched, and the XE guys basically pushed out and started the exercise, which gave me little to no option to join them. But luckily I hit a really good climb that I managed to rise really quickly, and saw them disappearing and decided to make a chase. We are desperate for some lift here now. Hope these vultures are going to show me where to go. Sun back there, but I don't want to drop behind that until I've got a bit more altitude. Hello mate, show me where to go, please. Progress. That's Twin Peaks behind me. I'm nearly back up to base. In fact, them vultures are just disappearing into base. So that's Montecorte Ridge. I'm going to jump the gap. Let's go. I think that's Kieran. I don't think he is actually. I don't know. So I need to climb and get some altitude because this is not a good place to be. I'm going to head over towards these guys. They seem to have something. I got really high up over it, and then I absolutely bombed. And to make things worse, I landed in a field that looks like it's been burnt recently, and the marks on my glider, oh my god, that's such a shame. I really thought I had it nearly cracked, but hey ho. Okay, so they did warn me about going to the left of El Gastor. Well, they actually said in between Twin Peaks and Montecortorich that you would get stuck and have a long walk out. So I did make sure I stayed to the left, but despite that, I'm still having a very long walk out. I've been walking for about an hour now, but the bus is going round, hoovering up pilots from anywhere from launch to, I think a couple of guys made it to just before Ronda, or girls, Helen from the Avon Club. So anyway, I'll continue my walk down this very dusty, clayey road. I can actually see the main mountain in Levante. That's how far I've walked. And I think Twin Peaks is just there, and Montecortorich is, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna have to get my hydration pack out of my backpack in a minute and have some water because I've been walking for a while. Anyway, we'll get there. Oh, I look like a mess. It's been a hot day, but no, I'm not ready to have a rest yet. I've got to turn my new wing back into something that resembles. It's got these black marks. I'll show you a couple. I'll cut them in now. All over it. I've been at it for about an hour and I've done less than a quarter of it on one side. It's going to be a long night. Good morning. Friday, last flying day. Got some weather due in later on today, so we are getting up, or we are up early. I'm already at the pilot's house, which is literally 2 doors away from the water fountain. So I've got my mountain water and my colostomy bag for the day, and we're all going to meet at the buses at 10:30. So last day has seen us back up to Levante. So we're just on the side here, everyone's getting ready. Liv's got a helmet on, ready to go. It's quite easterly, it's quartering along. That's why I wasn't sure if we'd be at Levante, but I thought we would. So the task we've been set is out in front of us, down to the end, get some height, try and get out to El Gastor and Montecortorich, where I ended up yesterday. So different location, but same sort of area. So just waiting for the task. Just started unfolding my wing, and we'll get in the air and see what we can do. Should be a bit of an interesting takeoff with it crossing across, but we'll be all right. That easterly wind was really playing havoc on launch, and I think like 70% of people were having problems with big pilots down to the right at one stage, all on top of each other. So tricky takeoff, bit of pressure. Launching! That was hard work. I nearly went down, but we're climbing ever so slightly at the moment. So let me show you how I got here. Ultimately I'm going to be under that in a minute, or that's my goal, or aim should I say. But basically I had to ridge hop along here. I was down with that guy a little while ago, but I made the risk or the chance to come down here, and it's working for me. So I should imagine that them guys will follow shortly. But I'm getting towards the top of this ridge now, and you don't really want to go over the back, especially with the lack of height I've got. So I just need to keep scratching away and then hope that boy sucks me up. Okay, so I'm leaving the hill now. Hopefully this cloud will suck me up. I've got a couple of wind dummies in front of me trying to help me out. 2 metre climb, I should probably turn in that. So we're going to make a nice right turn to the right and hope I don't fall out of it. So still in a 2.4 metre climb. We'll just sit here and see if we can stay in this cloud. So we can see that cloud's now below me. So I'm going to fly away from that I am slightly over the back of the mountain, but I've got the altitude to deal with that. So 10 mile an hour headwind. I'm currently doing 15 miles an hour and losing about a metre a second, hoping this bad boy will suck me up again. So trying to get to him as quick as I can. What a day! Look at that! My flight was almost over. Saw a vulture. He flew me into a thermal, which he left, funnily enough, but I am still climbing it, and I've gone from 1800 and thinking about heading back to 4,700 foot. So I've just gone up 2,000 foot in the last minute and a half. So that's good news. We're nearly back up at base. So if I get back up to base, which it looks like I'm going to, I am going to head to Villa Martin, which I believe is that building, that town city over there. And I'm going to try and use that street of clouds there. So we'll keep this climb until it stops, and then we're going to head over there. So there's Elvira. I think I'm going to try and set that as my goal, but I am beating into wind. Let's go and meet up with this guy and see if we can work with a very small gaggle. This could be the end of the road. That's Montecorteridge. I bummed out the other side of that yesterday. So we'll try and get to that cloud and get sucked up, but it's not looking good. I think I'm going to end up down here somewhere. So throwing in some tight S-turns to try and get rid of my last bit of altitude. It was fairly lifty and, as I say, dropping away from me. And then halfway down there was this ridge in it that I couldn't see where I actually gained some lift. So a little bit of fun for the last landing. I knew that was going to happen. Well, she's been a prick to land today, kids. Oh, don't take me to the road. Oh, still recording. Oh, does that mean I didn't get the landing? I don't know, but look, I am. So that's Montecorteridge. I was over the other side of that today. I was just heading out, having some fun. I think this is probably my last flight. Well, that could be it, guys. I've just had a landing. Hopefully you've just seen it. I haven't got a remote for the GoPro at the moment. I need to get one. So long and short of it is, I tacked into wind, headed towards the objectives we were set today, and ended up heading for Elvira, which is over that hill there. But as you can see, a lot of the fields around here are planted, and I didn't want to be anywhere near them, even though I'm very close to them. So I decided to turn right and use the altitude I've got to get to a couple of safe landing areas, rather than risk push onto Elvira, get a little bit more distance and then bomb out. Okay, not the end of my video. I didn't realise, but I didn't have any data. So you have to send a pin and a location to say that you're safe. And finally I had a phone call come through going, where the hell are you? You're all right. So they've now got my pin. I've now got data, but I've had to walk out about an hour. Luckily I've got my hydration pack. I've had an apple. By the time we'd all got picked up, the weather overdeveloped. It was Chris's birthday. He's the chairman for the Dunstable group. So there's the rest of the boys from Dunstable and Kieran, one of our instructors, sitting at the end. So we packed everything away, got ready for transit the next day, and we went out. A few drinks were had, and it got a little playful. We had a good time. I've had a great week, and I will definitely be back to Algo. Although my next trips are going to be SIV in the new year, in the new season, at the beginning of the new season. And then a guided trip in the Alps is on for me next year. So head down now, get the pilot exam done, and thank you very much for watching another video.